Montenegro, that is Black Mountain. The mountain reaches towards the heavens, and D-Moll have won Montevizija 2019, and they will sing the song Heaven, Honey. The question is, are they taking us to heaven or straight to hell? Shall we talk about it? Let's do this!
I'm in heaven falling, I'm in heaven falling into your heart.
Yes, from 2019 we head to 1992 in what could be a boy band song from decades ago. Let me tell you why this doesn't work for me. This doesn't work for me because you've got 6 people singing what should really be a duet or a solo ballad, just thematically. Is this a polyamorous relationship? Are all of these people going after the same person to welcome them into their cult so they can go on the compound? I mean, it's just very confusing. The sound is off. It's from another era. I think the harmonies have the potential to be nice, but they really need to practice them. I want to read you a quote from wiwibloggs' comment section. They looked like they were just standing in a line because they were. And I think it sums this up nicely. There's just nothing going on here. You know, I wish I could deliver this with some enthusiasm, but this does nothing
well,
for
you know
me.
what? I could spray some enthusiasm on this, right? Well, I don't know what Angus is thinking, but I'm going to start with you, William. In the esteemed panel of judges who selected this, Elder Gasimov, who I spoke to today about this, Ruslana, Andreas Calais, Saunders, Leah Sirk, Ira Losco, baby. They've all chosen this.
Wait, wasn't Andras Calais Saunders competing in A-Doll last night as part of the Middletons? So how did he judge the jury show in Montenegro a few hours?
He sent his scores by satellite.
Organizationally, that's very curious to me, which leads me to another quote on wiwibloggs. Sorry. This is from David R. The fact that Andrea came last with the televote tells a lot about this national final. I did not trust the credibility of last year's Montenegro national final, and it looks even more suspicious this year. But I interrupt. Deban.
Yes, I'm just saying, does that excite you even more, knowing that those who have endorsed this are like people that we really look up to, both you and I.
Okay, I need an opinion on the song.
I mean, so the song is not great. I mean, it's an adjective we love to use each year, and I do think this is a dated situation. It puts me very much in mind of 6 for 1, the 6th piece that went for Switzerland.
Oh, Switzerland 2006.
Yeah, like many years ago. However, Spring...
Ross Eagle.
Yes.
Yeah. Having said that about the song, there are some exceptional vocalists in the group. I do think some of them sounded really, really good.
Yeah.
The harmonies, like you say, that's a lot of potential. And there are actually sort of moments or bits in the song where it's straining and trying to be a bit more modern. It just, not all of the elements get there to bring it through. Obviously, the staging was not great, but this is the national final for Montenegro, so there's not as much funds as other countries. I think that's potentially...
Hold up! On this point about money, people keep bringing this up. Portugal quit Eurovision because they had no money. Portugal sent Salvador Sobral, who stood on a stage with nothing happening, and he won. Money is not an excuse. People can get creative. People can deliver without money. I'm sorry. Macedonia produces the best studio cuts every year, okay? Bosnia has sent great acts. Serbia. Molitva, there was no staging. There was singing and a beautiful voice.
But they poured a lot of money into that act that year, actually.
Well, on tuxedos. On tuxedos for everyone. Sorry, I interrupt. Go ahead, Angus.
Anyway, staging aside, I think there are some exceptional vocalists. I also think they all seem dreadfully sweet. There is real chemistry and sort of saccharine sweetness to them. They are like cute, adorable. You sort of want to cuddle and hug them. They seem adorable. They all are very talented. Like I say, there were some really strong voices. I just think the song would benefit from some modernization because, in principle, I don't object to having this choral kind of approach to it. I mean, you had Genealogy for Armenia like 4 years ago. That was a 6-piece with a song.
Denied their presence at Eurovision.
Well, they made it out of the semi-final, so things were not that up for them. What I'm trying to say here is there are good elements in the act and the individuals. There's good vocals, whatever. The song needs more and more modernization because it does sound like something from 2006.
That's generous.
This year, I mean, Montevizija this year was really exciting, wasn't it? I mean, like, we ran a wee wee jury on it, but what was very interesting is despite the breadth of those in our panel, because wee wee jurors range from ages, 18 to 70, or even almost, and lots of different countries in the mix and, different genders and demographics. Nobody actually wrote a paragraph on D-Moll Heaven because nobody had it in their top 2 at all of all the people that reviewed it. So that was quite curious. When I first heard it, it sounded like, you remember when Johnny Shentel joined Hearsay and they came out with these singles that never really, sort of like bubbling under, never really kind of dented the charts. Kind of just sounds like that. Again, it's kind of coming from that era. I don't know. But, I find that there are redeeming qualities here. What they need to do is just change the arrangement.
Mm.
Pick your favorite solo male and female voice and turn the other 4 into backing vocalists.
Yes. Make it a duet.
Make it a duet, but have them on stage to kind of harmonize a different kind of choreography. I quite like what they've done with the music score sheet thing. That is quite gripping visually, but they could have done more. They could have gone further. And if you strip 4 people away from vocal duties, they'll do more in terms of movement and creating a visual spectacle. I don't think this is outrageously bad. No. I think it's somewhat misplaced. It's kind of it's a real flashback. But you know what? Those who vote for Eurovision are also in that bracket of people who like those kind of ballads and those kind of moments of Eurovision. I think with a little bit. I mean, Doritos. Look at how they turned around.
Again, 5,000 euros on the whole staging. You don't have to have money to slay. Continue.
Oh, I think it was more than that.
No. We spoke to their team. They built a cabinet. Continue.
Yeah, and then paid a choreographer 80,000 euros. But
it
anyway,
was not 80, it was 5. Continue.
Yeah, but I think that there are some moments in this. I mean, it is a bit dreary. My life was so empty. And it's like, okay, those kind of lyrics just lead you to mockery. Because now I'm just thinking, oh God, really? So, but their diction isn't bad.
No.
Individually, they sing well, lacking in group harmonies at some points. But I don't think it's tragic.
I would disagree. I think the harmonies is one of the selling points here because they actually have that down. It's your point about pick your focus soloists, like boy and girl, and then kind of move around how you use the others. The harmonies, I think, are good. I think it's just like you can't just rely on harmony alone.
I think you heard the studio version, the live version of Montevizija. The harmonies weren't great, but then, as Elder Gasimov said to me this evening, he said, "Well, that was the technicians and the producers who didn't fine-tune their monitors."
I'm sorry, we're putting lipstick on a pig. This whole conversation is lipstick on a pig. The song is not good. You've got talented performers, very talented performers, who have been given a song that, frankly, is beneath them. Because they can work musically. They can sing. And I'm hoping what will happen between now and Eurovision is that they do fine-tune the song, maybe strip some things back, maybe delete the middle 8, the chorus, the verses. It's not too late to change the
So
song.
all you have is a poster.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
When you take the verses, the middle 8, the bridge, and the chorus out of a song,
Yeah.
we're simply left with the artwork.
Exactly. You give them a new song. Now listen, I want to quote Brie Kim Chi from wiwibloggs. She says, out of the 5 songs, how do you manage to select the worst? Even the UK didn't manage that this year. Which is an interesting point. Where do you rank this in your top 8 at the moment?
Number
to be honest, it is currently my number 8. I don't think of the songs that were selected yesterday, because we had Australia come through, Italy, Montenegro as well. This really didn't measure up favourably against those, and perhaps that has an out, but it is on the bottom for me. They're very talented as individuals. The song itself is just, to quote something that you often say, I wouldn't download it myself. This would not go onto my Spotify playlist for, like, my Eurovision faves, as it were.
What about you, William?
Oh, this is my 8th. This is my last. I miss the days. Montenegro, they do 2 things really well in my mind. They can send something very classical and traditional like Audio from Knez, and it's amazing. They can do something crazy and outlandish like Igranka, and it was also amazing. But then many of their other songs, it's just forgettable. Those songs had an identity and were interesting. This could be any boy band from the 90s. It does not have an identity. It doesn't seem Montenegrin in any way, shape, or form, and that's a disappointment for me. I really think they can sing, and there's some degree of charisma here, so hopefully they'll get a new song by the time Eurovision rolls around.
I will say this. Montenegro is not Sweden. They don't copy and paste from Melodifestivalen into Eurovision. Basically, what they've given us now is a teaser, and I'm very sure that when it gets to Eurovision, they're really going to pull surprises out of the bag. They've got 6 competent vocalists, potentially 6 competent soloists. They can do a lot more with it. They can rework this. They can put in exciting choreography. They all are very good-looking people, and they all can sing. So it's just a matter of just editing this right. I don't think the song is that tragic, actually. I think it's decent enough to be on my playlist. And I'm looking.
This makes Soldiers of Love from Denmark sound contemporary. Deban, where do you rank this in your top 8?
Oh, well, like I said, it's probably, at number 8. But you know what? Finishing 8th at Eurovision
out of 8. It's like, what, Eurovision 1957 or something. The number has grown.
The number has grown, but if this maintains my 8th position, it ain't too bad. Honestly, I think this can be reworked.
And amen, heaven has answered. The song will be reworked. Montenegro has revealed they are revamping the song ahead of Eurovision. Stay tuned. Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Is Montenegro taking you to heaven? Did you get lost in purgatory, or was it straight to hell? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel, and also leave us a comment in the box below so we know what you think about Montenegro's act this year.
Yeah, like the video too, and we're on social media platforms. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
We'll see you later. Bye.